Act 5 opens with Lago's final ending plot in hopes to kill both Rodrigo and Cassio. Lago has placed Rodrigo so that he is able to ambush Cassio. However, Rodrigo fails to do so and instead is wounded by Cassio, who remains unharmed. Lago then quickly and quietly sneaks upon Cassio just moments later and stabs him in the leg, hoping to have a fatal outcome. Othello enters and briefly observes the scene. Hearing Cassio's cries of murder, he believes Lago has killed him. Convinced by Lago that his wife has been seeing Cassio, he immediately leaves to go after her. He returns to her bedroom and plans to kill Desdemona. Once home, Othello meets with Desdemona and begins speaking of killing to her. He demands her to confess her sins in order to go to heaven. Innocent of the assumed infidelity, she is completely unaware of what he is accusing her of. Desdemona tells him that she has nothing to confess, even though he continues to call her a liar and demands her to confess. After a brief argument, Othello proceeds to smother her to death with a nearby pillow. Emilia enters directly after and learns of Desdemona's death. She then informs Othello that Rodrigo has been killed and Cassio remains alive. Desdemona manages to speak one last time before finally dying and tells Emilia she is dying of guiltless death. Emilia asks her who is responsible, and Desdemona blames herself while taking her last breath. Emilia suspects that she would not be able to murder herself. Not being blamed for her murder, Othello tries to lie his way out of it to Emilia. Montano and Gratiano, Lago, and others soon enter. Emilia lashes out at Lago. He claims he only told Othello what he thought, and Othello was responsible for figuring out any more information. Emilia continues to call him a liar and a villain until Othello enters. Unknowing the truth, Othello protects Lago and tells Emilia how foul Desdemona was. He speaks of how Lago told him and Cassio himself confessed, when in reality we know that Cassio was speaking of Bianca when he confessed. Lago is enraged that Emilia is spoiling his plan to Othello and quietly kills her and leaves at once. After learning that his wife was indeed faithful, Othello is furious with Lago. Lago betrayed him by convincing him to believe Desdemona was seeing Cassio behind his back, which eventually led to her murder. He goes after Lago for revenge. Once Othello finds him, he stabs him without any remorse for his actions. Cassio enters, and all becomes clear to Othello. Now speaking with Lodovico, Othello confesses his guilt and stabs himself. He falls across Desdemona and dies. Cassio explains that he has feared this all along, and in the end, all Desdemona's riches go to her uncle, Gratiano.